Hello everyone, another Klaus here, and today we're going to review some canister set from the second wave of 2008, so the Mystica wave, excuse me, not the Fantoka. The Fantoka was the first wave of 2008. So we're going to review some Makuta, because yeah, you may know that in the 2008 the wave are made of 3 Toa and then 3 Makuta, and so this time we're going to review some Makuta, the second wave, so it's going to be Bitil. So here's the canister. It's a classic canister because it's just made of some upper lid and not a front lid, and also some the bottom part, so it's kind of like the Inika one. We're gonna see that it's in yellow because, of course, one of the main color of Bitil is yellow and black, and some other color we're gonna see later. So one interesting fact is the lid is shaped to look like the Inika, so the mask of life, the Ignika, not the Inika, but the Ignika with a J. White hairs, and also it's two-sided, so on one side it's all polished and clean and stuff like that, and on the other side it's all body damage with some scrap and stuff like that, white hairs. And of course, when you buy Makuta, you got the badly damaged surface. But if you buy, for example, a Toa like Toa Gali, you've got the polished surface. So the front picture will be with the polished surface, and then on the Makuta it will be on the badly damaged parts. So anyway, it's really nicely done. I think it's one of the best lead of. Yes, I think it's one of the best lead we've got, because it really looks like something we know, the Ignika. And it's a little gimmick with a two-sided surface. And here we got some little border right there for the front pictures. Of course, it's hidden by the waypoint, but in fact it will look like the Great Spirit. I think it's supposed to look like the robotic entity of Matanui, the Matanui robot. And anyway, excuse me, yeah, you got Bitil right here, of course, and on the background you got the swamps and the works, or kind of floating works, not really floating, but still, of Cardanui, so the true surface. Of course, on every canister, the background changed, but it's still the same stuff, so you're gonna have some green parts and some blue parts. On the back here, you're gonna find some Bionicle right in here, one of the work from Cardanui. And then all 6 faces of the Toa right there. And then the fact that you can put one of the Mata one from the first wave on the back, of course, of the Makuta, so it's like the first wave, in fact, but there were no 12 Mata one, so you have to get the Mata one from the first wave. And I show you the projectible, so the new Ghostbuster of the second wave, the fact that you can put Bitil in the canisters, and also the Bionicle right here, with some letter from Bitil, like the S, the T, and the B. And that's quite all, so we're going to talk about the instruction right now. So very simple, of course, it's cut right here. It shows a part list, and just the fact that you can link the two Mata together. The Toa and the Toa Mata together, and then just the different face from the back of the canisters, which are side by side. And that's quite all. There is no, you have to buy quick, I think, to have the good pictures, or maybe some other canister, but most of the canister from the second wave just shows this typical picture, so that's not really interesting at all. So yeah, anyway, I would have preferred they have shown all the good picture, because I've seen too much of the stuff with the Toa and Mata one together. So anyway, anyways, we're gonna talk about the set right now, which is really interesting. So the set has some color scheme of some yellow and some black and some silver also. But the yellow, it's not kit orange, it's really just some old yellow. So you can find this yellow, for example, on Jala or Jala, also on some parts on the American Canwa. I'm just talking about the Bionicle parts. Of course, it was also used in some technique set. But I'm just talking about the Bionicle set. So yeah, I'm not gonna destroy it this time, because it's really linked, because you're gonna see that the frame is kind of special. So anyway, here for the legs, we're gonna find some double long connector in black, so nothing very new. Then the new claw part, which was used, for example, on Toyo, this time it's used on some Makuta, right here, to make some tight armor, for example. Kind of nice because it's aerodynamic and is on it's on the rear part of the set. Then we're gonna have the old yellow, but this time on some washi leg. It's me some washi legs right here. So of course you got this 4 times, because it's also used as arms. And then we're gonna have some new claws, the Makuta claws, which are used as feet right here. Kind of nice with some axle all right there and some axle here. It will also be used as some ends on Goast with some. It will be black with some lime green fade, I think. Fade, excuse me. So kind of nice. But I still prefer the Onua clause from the 2001 because really the Onua clause got the really was really some as you know they really have some nice shape and design. This time it's just some flat shape if I can look like, because of course it's supposed to go on the ground, so of course it can be like that with some parts reaching the ground like this. So yeah, it's kind of flat. I do not know if you see what I mean, but yeah, just compare the two type of clause anyway. So of course the two legs are the same. And then yes, the body frame in fact is quite simple because it's just some Matter 1 body frame. So as you can see, it's the one with the head here and the hands right there. So it's one of the frame used on the Matter 1 from 2008. On the back we're gonna have some technique beam which will be useful to put the L-shaped part to put the Matter 1 on it. You also see this part which will be useful to link some other parts later. We're gonna talk about this later. Of course, we're gonna have the arms right now, which are quite simple because there is no armor or tight armor or chest armor. No, I mean shoulder armor. There is just some Viking teeth right there, just two of them. Then we're gonna have this part, and then some new weapon. Do not know how to call this. Maybe some some Bitil pick, as you can clearly see. Quite nice, I think, with some nice shape. And I think we need to talk about this. It's kind of it's again one another cutting edge part. So yeah, there are tons of parts like that in the Bionicle universe, but this pick is quite nice and it's quite original also. So it's all up to you. And on the second arm, one of the problems is the Bionicle syndrome, because as you can see, they have to put this part, but they also have to put the new projectile part, which is the Ninwa Ghostbuster part. So in fact, they're gonna put the Ninwa Ghostbuster here, and then put the weapon here. So this means that it's not symmetrical if you look closely. This on this side of the arms, it's put on this axle right there, on this axle all right there, but on this ends, it's put on this one. So it's kind of it's a drawback here, in fact. And then we're gonna have to put the Ninwa on this part. So you may tweak the model and just put this off and put this back here, like that, for example. Of course, put off this red part, red axle. And then, of course, we're gonna have the Ninwa. So for those who don't know, it's an air pump working system. The air pump this time is red on every Makuta, but on Toa it's in some smoke clear color. And also the Ninwa itself, which are in some soft plastic parts, are in lime green, but on Toa they are in some dark metal color. So anyway, yeah, as you can see, you just have to press this and it works perfectly. Push it harder and it will go, I think, in some longer distance. So yeah, you still have to press it in some hard way. And I think that's all for the arms. Excuse me, I'm just gonna put this like that, yeah. And then we're gonna talk about the head. So of course, to link this time a ball joint to a ball joint, we're gonna use this part, which is a double connector, a little one in black, which is kind of rare, I think, because it will be way used on some other set maybe, but it's kind of rare still to have this part, this little double connector in black, because it's mainly it was mainly used in some other color, like for example dark green or dark gray or dark red, but not really in black. Of course, it's a new type of connectors, and it kind of break also because the first I have, seriously, I just put this like off to put the part off, and it breaks instantly. It's already break here totally. So I have to order new parts for free, because I'm not gonna pay for some parts which break because of some quality control which is hazardous, or just the plastic part or the quality of the plastic or the mold itself. So anyway. Here's the head. It's kind of an interesting head because, yeah, I'm just putting this off because it's not some metal head like the one from the first wave. This time it's kind of more interesting because it's made of different parts. So we're gonna have this wacky head, which is gonna be used to make the rear of the head, the rear part of the head, right there. Then we're gonna have, of course, the head itself, which as you can see is mainly old school yellow with some black fade. As you can see also, we've got some axle hole, and we're gonna put some axle right there. So really nice with kind of mandibles right there. And also some technique parts, some robotic parts, some robotic parts right here. Gonna put this like that. And then with the axle right there, we're gonna put some Baroque eyes. And here we go. And this time it's also in some trans orange, really classic. And I think that's quite all. So yeah, and yeah, we're almost done, but we're gonna have to add some other parts. And this part is gonna be the wings part, which as you can see, if I just unfold it, it's made with again a little double connector in black, so kind of nice because it's kind of rare, and also some old school robot arms, but because it's some old school yellow, maybe they were released before in the Judge Slicer. I don't know if it's called Judge also in the US, or the Just Robots anyway. The first yellow one, because there were two yellow one, I think. So anyway. And then we're gonna have this new part, which were also used on Onua as some shoulder shield, but this time it's used as wings. And they're kind of nice. They'll also be recolored in Axelwaf and in some matter red, I think. And so really simple, and we're gonna put this part right there. On this axle we put here. And here we go, we have finished the set itself, so I'm just gonna pause in and do a little turn around with it. Right there. And here we go. So the articulation, I don't want him to fall off. The articulation are pretty well made because, of course, it's really armorless in some way. So as you can see, you can turn this in all the direction possible. And for the elbow itself, also you can turn all the way. It's just limited by the part itself, in fact. So yeah, you can really move this all the way you want. Of course, just a little problem here with the tons of weapon on the same connectors, but still. The head, of course, is on two ball joints, so it can look down, look up, and on the side quite perfectly. Of course, you can do also some ridiculous pose like that, but you can still do some nice stuff. Then the wings are on two ball joints, so they can be, for example, like that, or be hide in the back, like this, so kind of nice. And that's quite all. So anyway, we're gonna talk about the arms right now. So we're just gonna put this all the way again up here, so just limited by the parts, and also here you can put the the feet just all the way, so you can really do some interesting pose with this one. I'm gonna put this one, and I think that will be quite all. Like that. And I think that that's quite all for this set. So what are the drawbacks and what are the cons? So the drawback first, yes, what are the drawback and the pros, not really the drawback and the cons. So anyway, yeah. So the minor bad points I think are the body frame, maybe because it's just a material body frame, so it can disappoint some people, even if it's used really in some nice way. I think because they will do a good job with just this little simple base. Even if they did a good job with this one, it's kind of simple, so it kind of disappoint some people. Also, all the thin aspect can disappoint some people, and also the fact that seriously on this part there is really nothing. I mean, on this part you still have, for example, the little new close part, little new close wing part, but still here you just got some leaking parts, so it can be some drawbacks, and also the fact that it used old yellow and not some kit orange part, because it would really have been nice to have some kit orange arms, and so because it's really wide juice color, if I can say so, it really used tons of time. But now we have to wait for 2009 and Matanui, and also the guys in the Scorpio we have, which who got some old school yellow and also some kit orange part. So yeah, we got some old school yellow instead of some Bitil orange, which can be disappointing, and also the fact that they decided to put all the parts in the same end, so it's kind of a drawback because yeah, it's not symmetrical on the two ends, and it can be hard to pose this weapon. But apart from that, it still has some lots of good points. So I think that on the parts pack, it still has some nice parts. So all the silver parts and shiny one, which are kind of 2008 ones, because yeah, all these parts here, and here are new from 2008. So really nice. And also, I especially like how they link the wing to the rest of the body frame. It was really nicely done. And also the head is pretty nice because it's made with three parts. You can see, or three main parts: the eyes, this part, and also the wacky head. So it's kind of nice. This time it changed from just the normal metro head, and it's kind of nice. So yeah, in fact, it's quite of a nicely done Makuta, but you have some people might complain about the yellow used also, and just the frame, which is very simple white ears. So I think it's really just a matter of opinion, because really I can be objective on this set. It could have been better, I think, with just some more armor part. Also, yeah, it's also really pretty well articulated. So that's really pros is really well articulated. So you can really do some kind of tons of pose with this one, like that, moving the head on some kind of weird direction. So yeah, the articulation are pretty well done. So yeah, it's really all up to you, I think, for this set, because personally, I really liked it. Seriously, I do not have any drawback with this set. The wings are pretty nicely done. Even if the body frame is pretty simple, it's still a good set. So yeah, seriously, I do not have any real big issues with this set. It's pretty well articulated and all. So yeah, it's all up to you, and I really hope and you have made your own opinion on this set with my reviews, with all you have seen, because you have seen all the building and stuff like that. So I think you can really see. You can really make your own opinion even if you have not the set in your hands. Even if it's of course better to have the set in your hands to judge it in a better way. So I think that was all. I hope you enjoyed this review also. And I think that will be all. So see you later for another Bionicle video review. Bye bye!